truly phenomenal feat from the World War II era was the success of the Tuskegee Airmen. At a time when the American armed forces were still segregated, most black men were mechanics or just simply denied the opportunity of serving. This situation drastically changed in the late 1930s when President Franklin Delano Roosevelt had the idea of using the U.S. Army Air Corps to begin developing black aviators. This came after much persuasion from groups like the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. This was to be a separate part of the military, but taught by white Air Corps members. The Air Corps was a prerequisite to what is now known as the Air Force. Over 14,000 black men were trained in the skills of navigation, bombings, mechanics, and other supporting jobs. One notable achiever was a man by the name of Benjamin O. Davis, Jr. He was one of the first cadets and eventually climbed the ranks high enough to become one of only 2 African American officers in the entirety of the United States infantries during World War II. The 79th, 99th, 100th, 301st, 302nd, and 332nd Battle Squadrons were all credited with aiding in major victories across North Africa and in Sicily. The effects of their hard work are evident in that just 3 years later, President Harry S. Truman signed Executive Order 9981, which officially desegregated every branch of the U.S. military.
I'm a sophomore year. See, I can't turn 18, see. And what happened, they moved the draft from 18 to 21. So that made I eligible for the draft, still in school. And so the sisters told me, said, Mr. Hall, if you join the reserve, we can protect you until you graduate, provided you maintain a B average. I said, well, no problem, I'll maintain a B average one way or the other. And, but something happened over the year, and they called reserves to actually do it. And I had just turned 18. So when I got orders for extra duty, they had me to report to a place called Aberdeen, Maryland, Proving Ground. I even know what that meant, Proving Ground. The idea to see whether or not you're going to prove, be good enough to become a military soldier. That's the idea behind the Proving Ground. And it was tough because most of the carriers there at that time were World War I veterans. And they were mad because they couldn't get out because the country was at war, even though they had enough time to retire. Now, they was 30-year retirements. That's before we had 20-year retirements. And so they we show up, youngsters, first out of school, and they really gave us a hard time.